see where this shit takes us, because I'm gonna set you up and shit. But it's gotta be cohesive, man. Everything gotta be cohesive. I've been learning about that shit these last couple of weekends, man. The shit just really gotta fall into place. It's really gotta fall into place because you trying to force yourself. Like, people really is like puzzles, man. They gonna fit where they fit in and only where they fit in at. And you gonna hurt yourself, man, and fuck yourself up trying to make somebody conform into some shit, or just mold them into some shit that it's not in their capacity.
Do you think you can fix family?
No. Family is not made to be fixed, man. Family is made for you to learn how to maneuver around people that you can't get away from.
Bro, it's like, all right, so how do you complete your puzzle then? If you're just a piece that don't fit in.
What you think you gotta do? You gotta find that piece that fit. Now, you can't replace the fact that that's your sister. You're never gonna be able to replace that, right? But you are gonna be able to replace the fact that the roles and the positions that you had her for have to now be filled. Or even as far as, like, that's professional, but personally and emotionally, y'all have y'all own emotional bonds and ties that connect y'all as brother and sister, but it's hard to say that, and it's a harsh reality, but that now has to be supplemented. Or at least put on hold. There's going to be a void there. You're going to think, I should have called her. I should have did this. I can't do that right now, but it's right now.
No, I understand. I want people to really see how hard it is, bro, to grind, you know, like to have a dream that nobody else can see, bro. Like, I feel like entrepreneurism and religion is kind of the same in that aspect. And I'm not saying this to say that we are any godlike figures or to be revered in that aspect, right? But I say that to say, like, bro, Einstein was considered crazy at one point, and so was Jesus and all these other mystical figures that we, you know, talk about to this day. So, bro, I'm like at that stage of my, you know, trajectory. I feel like I'm at the nobody is hearing me speak plain English stage.
I think you really, especially with this situation right now, you expecting you from other people. You expecting them to be able to accept and hold and adapt and maintain everything that you is able to do.
But bro, how was I able to do it?
Because you wanted to. That's the first thing about change. You gotta want to change, bro. You gotta want to change. If you don't want to change, you're wasting your breath.
No, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right. So, I mean, bro, I was talking to somebody earlier who was telling me, like, yo, they have some lost souls in their life too. They have some people who they've reached out to and tried to help and tried to put in position, and bro, they are down bad right now. So it's like, bro, isn't that like, you know, in our chain of command, they'll say, like, you're responsible for all of your people. But I don't know what's going on outside of this right now. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what you got going on outside of it to be like, yo, you let down so many people by not showing up. You get what I'm saying? But I am responsible for you in that manner, you know? Bro, I'm just like, you know, I'm reminiscing on, like, non-responsibility times, you know?
Or would you rather have it that way or how it is now?
That's a tough question.
It's really not.
Why?
Because you know you ain't doing this, everything that you're doing, including and outside of this podcast, because you don't want responsibility or you want to go back to that. Think about that. Think about what you just said, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's like, bro, ignorance is bliss has been one of those things that have been really resonating with me lately, because it's like, bro, not everyone needs to know everything. Like, bro, I was learning, that's one thing I learned through my mentor, and I want to touch on me going down to Tampa and meeting Dave and Derek this weekend. But I was just soaking up so much knowledge, and that was one of the questions I asked. I'm like, yo, how do you keep all the players on your team making sure they in the right position? And he was like, you only give them what they can handle. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to give the engineer of the boat who's below decks, like, you're not going to give him coordinates and route information. You're going to give him things that he needs to know so that he can be successful in his field. So in that aspect, you know, I'm just learning a lot, bro. I'm learning a lot.
So is it a mistake or is it a lesson?
Everything is a lesson, bro. You know that, but it's like, what I'm trying to say is, aren't there some lessons you'd rather not learn through personal experience? Like, do you want to be that sacrificial lamb every time? To be the one like, damn, yo, Chris been through this, and that, and everybody else learning from you. Like, no, I'm not trying to be that, you know?
Who else? Who else is it gonna be?
You're right, but I don't know. It's like, how they say there's honor amongst thieves. I feel like there is no pity for the winners. There's a saying something along those same lines, like, no one ever feels sorry for the guy that's in first place, you know. So
you in first place?
I'm trying. Shit, I feel like I have first place problems, you know. I have first place issues. I have things that people in first place deal with, but it's not materializing as such so far. But, you know, this is just a transitory period.
It's a stepping stone. That's a stepping stone. And this is Chess Moves. And it's me, your boy.
Peace.
And you got...
Bro, that was nice. I like that.
I know.
I like that.
I know. All right, man. So last time we met up. Last time we met up.
7 days ago.
7 days ago exactly, to the day. You left. You went to Florida. To Florida to holler at your mentor. And what happened?
Bro, I, met the man that signs my checks, which sounds all mystical and stuff, but it was cool because you got to put a face and name. Like, when I was in the military, you don't know who signs them shits, you just get a direct deposit. But, to be able to see the work that you put in, where it's going, and know that, like, it's hard for me to work for somebody and see that their intentions are bad. So, meeting my mentor and meeting Derek Grace and seeing their intentions and knowing that these people are on the same type of time as I am was amazing, It just set a lot of things in stone for me and just, like, instilled a lot more confidence in me in, everything we do.
What was you thinking about, like, I know that was probably something, I mean, you told me about it, what, like a couple, like 2-3 days before you actually left, so, I was a little bit confused when you was talking about it. Like, what do you mean you going to meet him? You going to meet him? You going to meet him? Like, I thought he was having like a show or something like that. So, what, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of how I would feel meeting the person that signed my checks. What was you thinking about before you even got down to Florida?
It was a lot of anticipation. Like, all right, cool. What do I do? What do I say? Like, what are customs and courtesies for things like this? But it was chill. I got a spot. I like to get away and do work. So, I was we did a lot of brainstorming, a lot of, like, sit down and chop it up. Like, there's a lot of things that you can't do via Zoom. Like, shout out to Zoom because it's been a moneymaker in the past year, but there's a lot of things that you can't resonate via FaceTime and via, a social media platform that, if you sit down. That's why I wanted to do this in person, the podcast, and that's why I'd rather have our guests come sit down with us because that internet interviewing thing is just weird to me.
Yeah. What was the first thing that you and Derek Grace talked about?
Well, I mean, we got right to work on the podcast, but it was mindset. Like, how do we get people to realize?
I'm sorry, Dave Anderson. We'll get to Derek Grace in a second. How was it me and Dave Anderson?
What was the first thing we talked about?
First thing you talked about.
Bro, I mean, we've been knowing each other for a minute, so it was more like, hey, what kind of, like, all the updates from my phone. Like, I've been waiting to get these answers for certain questions. I was getting them out the way. But I was making sure to ask things that you don't ask a CEO on a regular basis. Because, like, you don't know who's the CEO. And if you do meet them, they're probably busy. So me having this one-on-one time with him, I was asking those questions like, yo, when do you get tired? When do you sleep? Like, How do you balance all this stuff? Because if I think shit on my plate is heavy now, like, I could only imagine what it'd be like when I have the amount of clients he has, or when I'm at that level of success. So it was those questions, those preparation questions, like how do you prepare? How do you balance things out? How do you decompress?
How does he handle stress?
Meditation, silence. That was a big thing for me, because me being a guy that has a lot to say, you gotta look for the silence sometimes too. You gotta breathe. Listen to yourself. Listen to what your body and your mind has to say to you. So that really resonated with me when he said it. Like,
how you manage your stress right now?
I've been trying to manage it via communication, getting stuff out in the open, but you can only do that but so much. Like, it's a lot of internal work. I feel like a lot of people avoid, like, I feel like it's a lot of conversation, taboo subjects in the Black household. Like, things that would be liberating for people to talk about, we sit there on a daily basis with mom, dukes, and dad, and don't
depression.
talk about it. Exactly. Like pressure, depression, anxiety, stuff like that. Like, but yeah, I'm getting around. This my form of therapy too.
Yeah, you come out here and spill your soul. I'm trying to think, man. I don't know how I would feel if I was to go and meet my mentor and somebody that I look up to and everything like that. I would think that the first thing is it's overwhelming. I try not to get nervous. I feel like being nervous is something that you definitely could control. You can't control things that make you nervous, but how you show your nervousness, you definitely for sure can control. But I think this is one of the moments where it's like self-defining. Like, this is something that I'm how I am right now, but I'm gonna come into this situation. I'm gonna leave completely different. I'm gonna have some jewels that I probably would have never got if I never made that phone call, never sent that DM, never sent that text.
And that's the thing, because I was like, on the trip before I really made a dent into the drive, I'm like, should I turn around? Like, I didn't really get a formal invite. I'm not too sure what my purpose is here, but it's like all the times that you've seen on interviews with your favorite whatevers, when they were like, yo, I took that leap of faith and did something, and then it turned out to be, my career or whatever.
So why you second guess yourself?
Bro, it's human nature, bro. To be like, yo, should I be making a better decision?
Yeah.
And that was my thought process at the time, but that's always my thought process. Like 24/7 is the decision I'm making going to, in the long run, benefit or hurt me and my family. So that's something I wanted to touch on, because I was talking to my homeboy, and he was like, yo, the people you're trying to resonate with only make decisions for themselves, and you make decisions for you and a conglomerate of people. So y'all's priorities are slightly different, and your expectations for those kind of people should be different as well.
So, like, at what point did you think, like, all right, I'm glad I came? Like, what was like the solidify? Like, all right, I'm for sure. Like, I was doubting for the last couple of hours, but
when I got there, when we finally sat down, when I was getting some answers to certain questions, it really like, you ever answer the question in your head and then someone else says it out loud, and you kind of get a piece, like, all right, cool, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
it was
on the
like,
same page.
Yeah, it was a lot of that, like, just a lot of reassurance, a lot of yo, keep going. You got this. And it's important to get that from the people you aspire to be like, because Mom Dukes is gonna tell you every day, you look handsome, baby.
Sure.
But if Shorty tell you, like, yo, you're doing your thing, it's gonna put some pep in your step.
Sure.
So that's really what it did for me.
What was the interactions like between those two guys? Just seeing two people at that position, at that level. What was their dynamic?
It's not much different from mine. So you see how I tell you, things flow naturally between us, but other people who aren't on our same, with our same pace and ideas, I don't really resonate with. I was having fluent conversations with these guys. Like, it wasn't really any awkward moments or, we got right to work, bro. It was, what ideas do we have about this, and that, where are we gonna take? A lot of what I call building and brainstorming is what we do a lot between us, and what I'll do with Mike. Shout out to Mike from the credit team. Is what we was doing that day, but it's on a much larger scale. So seeing it and knowing that what you're already doing now, if you keep doing it, this is how it'll look in a year or two. It was dope.
Other than like the obvious wage gap between y'all, like what else? What other differences? What differences did you see?
There's a certain calmness when you have financial freedom. Like there's a certain not complacency, but lack of urgency.
Like a poise.
So yeah, when I wrote something down in my book of notes, it's like be urgent with everything, but not in a rush. You know?
Of course.
So I do everything with purpose, but I do it at my pace. And so that's what I realized. When we on a 9-to-5 schedule, when we working for somebody else, there is some unknown force that's dictating our time right now. So if you have to be at work by, the midnight shift, we'd have, this conversation's pace would be at a much different, tempo, because someone else is dictating our time and our schedule and your emotions and your heart rate, bro. Like everything goes into it. So seeing the, I was in there real like scatterbrained, like, all right, cool, I got to get this, then this done, knowing the importance of it, but seeing people who, if money isn't a life and death situation for you on a daily basis, you'll be much calmer. Right? So if you get in a car accident right now, a couple $1,000s is life altering for people who don't make a certain amount, right? And so that'll bring you stress, medical issues, mental issues and stuff like that. But bro, a certain level of financial freedom brings a peace of mind to where if bad things come your way, you aren't as fazed by it, You got that mental toughness, or that, you didn't even really have to build any resilience against this negativity because you got it. It doesn't affect you. You have time to spend with your family. You have time to, not have to work twice as hard to undo your mistakes. That's what I find really important about, financial freedom, is that I don't want to have to work a double shift in order to get out of a rut. Let's say like a speeding ticket or a grocery bill, or the light bill came out to be too high. Like, I don't want that to change my life. I don't want it to change how I maneuver. So, yeah, bro, that's one of the biggest takeaways.
For sure. Yeah, we can get to that. Well, what about like similarities? What's something that you definitely saw like a lot of?
I be talking my shit, bro, and they be too. So that's what I realized when we go back and forth, bro. Sometimes I feel like amongst men, when you spar and you know your opponent, you're not gonna really go your full capacity, right? Mental sparring, verbal sparring. But with these guys, I was able to be myself. You get what I'm saying? I was able to freely speak my mind without people being like, oh, you think you could just do everything in the world, huh? You think, oh, you can start this business today and then that one tomorrow and do this and that. I didn't get none of those kinds of responses when I was in that room. But in my usual circles, those are the type of responses I get. Like, you might want to take one thing at a time. You might want to slow down a bit. You might want to do this. You might want to do. You get what I'm saying? So,
think that mentality separates you from those people?
Yes. Like I said, I reassured that I wasn't crazy. Like, you can do multiple things at once. That's the thing about the human body that to me is like amazing, is that, bro, Michael Phelps and LeBron James are two completely different people, right? But they're both elite athletes. So you as a person today can decide, I'm gonna go to Michael Phelps' route and become an elite swimmer. And the things that you'll put your body through is completely different than if you were to decide to be, a starting forward or something like that. So what I'm trying to say is, like, as versatile as a human body is, bro, that's amazing that you can just adapt so well. So to see people not adapt really, like, pisses me off, bro. See people to be like, oh, I'm not really into that. I can't really, I don't see myself indulging in this or that because that's not part of my character. So I was listening to Jordan Peterson, and he said that someone else much smarter than he and I said that you don't even really truly know who you are as a human being until you go for the things that you've wanted in life. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, if you want to be a rock climber and you never go attempt it, for you to die and say that I've lived a full life is just not true. for you to die and say, I really know my limits and I really know what I'm capable of, is not true. So if you don't know those things about yourself, you truly don't know yourself at all. So you have to go out and try literally anything, not anything, but try everything that comes to mind that you feel might evolve you as a person, you know? That's really what I took from that. And I want to remember who said it. I wish I had a Sir Jamie.
It sounded like he was pretty welcome.
Yeah, I was definitely welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
I was welcome with open arms. One thing that shocked me though is like, bro, starstruck or shock and awe of like money wears off very fast. So like materialism wears off very fast. You know, shit that you buy, you know, you'll buy a toy today for a kid and tomorrow he won't play with it. When I was there and seeing, you know, my dreams manifested in someone else's life really excited me. But then seeing, it's like when you go to work, right, and you've seen these giant ships and like all this stuff, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. All right, cool. Now that I'm part of this system, let me get to it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That was the mentality I had. I was like, wow, this is what I've been dreaming about. But now that I'm here, stop dreaming. Wake up and get to work. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything that you was like thinking about, whether it's like positive or negative, that was put to rest?
Like I said, a lot of it was mindset training. Like, a lot of it was him reassuring me, like, yo, you're here, so you're not stupid. One.
You made a way here.
Yeah, you made a way, so you're not stupid. So everything else really doesn't matter. Because 9 times out of 10, like, human beings, we'll put ourselves in a rut. Like, so, let's say you have a court date, right? And you're worried about the outcome of that case. Your worry and your stress that you've put your body through, like the hours that you'll sit spending thinking about the outcome, doesn't change the outcome. The judge is going to decide on what she wants to do with you. He or she may want to do with you. So really what I learned from that too was stop trying to control things that you cannot control. You get what I'm saying? Like literally anything outside of your physical is not for you to worry about.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all breathe on that for a second.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, so another thing I wanted to talk about was I was watching very popular interviewer. This is by the name of Lex Friedman. You know him?
No.
He's a Russian guy. Has a similar platform, sort of to Joe Rogan. You know, just brings on like amazing minds and shit. You know, and so he had on a Navy fighter pilot. He was a officer in the military. He was a fighter pilot, like he flew F-18s and stuff like that. So he was interviewing him, but in the interview I caught that his father was a fighter pilot and his son was on the same path, but he was colorblind. And so to see a white man talk so fluently and casually about something that as a child I dreamt of, like being a fighter pilot, and it's something that, being in the military we could easily attain, but to see that it's generational. Like there are certain industries that we think you have to be top of the line, like lucky, have all the money in the world to get into, when there are shown proof of whole families who get into these fields. So it's not about this family having money, it's about them having a goal. It's about them having, like, bro, if your father was,
a blacksmith, I'd have been a blacksmith. My son's gonna be a blacksmith. It's the family business.
Exactly. But I was gonna say, like, black people are in a party, the music cut off, and we all screaming, and everybody has something to say. You get what I'm saying? So on that aspect, I just want to say, like, yo, find purpose. Build, like, I'm one of these people that one of my mentors now is telling me to build a family blueprint. Like, what business you want to get into, have a family LLC that'll hold all your properties and stuff like that. But you need a foundation, right? You can't just say you want to do credit today, podcasting tomorrow, this and this and that. What plan are you leaving for your son to follow? Follow your dreams. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why we don't see second generation rappers. That's why we don't see anybody who, oh, well, my father was the greatest to have done this, and now I am at least in that conversation or somewhere like, you get what I'm saying? All our greatest basketball players. You gotta
pick something other than rap, though, because rap is too subjective to talk about generational rappers. Because there's some generational rappers, it's just they not as big as
Do we have generational judges, lawyers, doctors,
I'm
educators?
Sure we do, though. Like,
do we revere them?
No, they're not. No, it's not. They don't have the same notoriety as the people that we talk about, like hip hop.
And I feel like I know for a fact our generation runs from our parents, trades. Like, if our parents have property, farmland, or houses, we gonna sell them because we don't want to live where they used to live. We want to get out that hometown. If our parents own a shop, if my dad was a barber, I'm telling you, like, I've heard this before. Like, I know people whose parents own shops and stuff who are in trades and they don't want to get into them. And it's like, yeah, I know you have your reasons for wanting to be yourself. Like, I think that's a big misinterpretation that we got from this whole civil rights movement. Like, be free, be you. Nah, bro. Like, build a family. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you telling people, yo, it's like if your pops was a barber and he's the best barber in town. Everybody come to him, and your whole family got love because of that. And that's a noble profession. Yeah, that's dope. But you need a barber, especially in our community. You need a barber, but
you can't cut hair.
No.
What do you do?
What if you don't want to do that shit? Like, just what if you just don't want to do that shit? Let's take, for example, we looking at that shit as prestige, but he's looking at it as, yo, my pops was never home. My pops used to always come in at 9 o'clock. We supposed to come in at 7, or 11 o'clock. We supposed to come in at 9, or 1 o'clock. We supposed to come in at 11. Like, it's a lot of shit to that whole sandwich that you not even really digesting. You just picking apart what you see. That whole shit is perspective.
Bro, life is a tragedy for everybody. We all got a fucking story. One of the people I follow said that his child had a credit card since the age of like 10. He had someone else I was listening to said that he saw a Jewish school take a field trip before it was like a middle school field trip. So all these kids about to turn 14, 15, bar mitzvah time frame. They went to the bank to set their bank accounts, set up their business bank accounts. You get what I'm saying? So we could talk about how you hurt from dad not being here, but a lot of other people are putting their trauma to the side in order to succeed as a whole, as a collective. So why are we gonna sit here and go back and forth between, oh, well, me and dad got into it, or, I'm not into that, or, like, you don't have to be a barber. Hire other barbers once your father retires.
I mean,
be the manager of it, be a general manager.
You should stick around.
Project manager.
You should stick around for sure. But
we abandoned our projects.
But why would you take over some stress or some shit that you don't even want to do because your pops did it?
Because you're gonna stress out at somebody else's job, and then your son is gonna stress out, and then his son is gonna stress. We're gonna keep resetting the clock at 0, resetting the timer at 0. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is a relay race. Everybody else is handing the baton off, and we're keeping it. And everybody else on our team, all 4 of our runners are on the field. We're all running 1 lap. That's not how the race works. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, there's certain rules to this game. Like, there are certain sacrifices you'd have to make in order to be somewhere tomorrow, bro. Like, everybody wants to pioneer a new path. Everybody wants to, do the path less traveled. But it's like, have honor in what your ancestors carved out for you, bro. Like, I feel like we need something to stand on. We need purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, once civil rights bill passed and we literally abandoned all our businesses in order to go fuck with other people's, like, we left our purpose. Like, we.
So what does your father do?
My father's a trucker.
So would you stop what you're doing right now, this paper chase, to go be a trucker?
No, I'm incorporating trucking into my paper chase. So I know some people, and I talked to Derek about it when I was with him in Tampa, who have become millionaires off trucking. who bought trucks, and I'm making $15,000 a month off each truck. And so my father being in the game and having all that knowledge and damn near 30 years of being on the road, he got a lot of game to teach me, you know? So I can get into trucking tomorrow and start the family business, and I should, and I might.
What about the stress? What type of shit did you deal with from your pops being a trucker that you just... Matter of fact, what's stopping you from just being a trucker rather than chasing it and making it your own?
I mean, my father literally shook me when I was a kid, like, not literally physically, but like, he shook me mentally when I told him I wanted to be just like him and I wanted to be a truck driver. And he was like, don't you ever say that again. And I'm like, why? He was like, because I know the struggle. But I'm like, you teach me the struggle, and that way I don't do it. I could still be in the industry and learn and not do those same mistakes.
Teach me the game.
You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, that right there, I mean, that happened when I was like 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. So for me today, be in a position where I actually asked him, like, hey, I might want to get into this. Like, can you help me out? It's just amazing to me.
Your pops was a trucker for 30 years. He didn't do nothing else?
Nah, he's still trucking now. He's still trucking now. And I'm in the process of learning the business through other parties and himself in order to retire him.
So you got what, 4 siblings?
Mm-hmm.
If you could
6,
5.
You know, if you count all the misliars, you know, my father's African.
Wow, no comment. So I'm saying, if you could clap, everybody hands to the rhythm of the beat, and we all doing the same shit now. What's the move? What's the
dispatching?
Blueprint?
We could start a family dispatching company tomorrow. Basically, we're not hiring loads. We don't own any trucks. We just a middleman. We just a guy at the radio station.
How you gonna find out what to give who?
What to give who? Bro, I'm gonna learn the game. I don't know right now, but I'll figure it out. You know, this is the conversations that we had with my dad. This is a conversation anyone who's looking to get into whatever field they already have people in and can succeed from, this is exactly how you do it. I don't have all the answers right now. You know, I have a few of them, but I got more game at home, you know, and I got more game with Derek and everybody else. Like, nobody, I'm not gonna say no one ever, but rarely do people hop into something they've never done before and completely succeed. Like, it's a misnomer. You don't see that. You need help, you know. You need networking. You need somebody with experience to put you on. And so I'm using all my assets, you know. I'm using everyone around me that little do you know this person been here this long and they could put you on. That's what I'm digging through all this rummage, you know, all this stuff to find all the gems in my own community.
So, all right, you got that first meeting out the way. What you think y'all next meeting is gonna be like?
We're supposed to start touring soon, but you know, we'll see.
Touring about what?
We got some stuff coming out. I can't touch on yet, but it's gonna be some dope stuff. I'm gonna tell you offline.
For sure. If that was a shameless plug right there, I just threw you. That was an alley-oop, man.
Nah, I mean, as far as us, like, these episodes, by the time this drops, a lot of content would have already been out. So, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming as far as, you know, merchandising, platform and stuff like that, getting our guests on here. I mean, who have you got in mind?
I got a couple of DJs out there, a couple of creatives, some dancers. I'm trying to get some hustlers, man.
I want to get anybody who's like about their grind, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell us, you know, their story, tell us their trajectory, how they ended up wherever they're at. You know, I used to want to DJ for a long time, so I'll be real interested in getting somebody, because I can never figure out BPM, yo, like matching songs and swiping.
Right.
But you know, I got it. I'm more like manual. I'll do that shit manually, so I don't ever, like, I gotta be on point. Like, I gotta do a lot of training in order to be nice with it. Or I can learn from a professional, you know? If my dad was a DJ, I'd be in the room right now, you know?
See, but that's different, though. That's something that you can relate to that shit.
You said rap is subjective.
Rap is, though.
A DJing is subjective, too. What's a fire DJ to you?
Dr. Dre.
Like DJ, like party DJ, like
one of these local guys?
what was dude from that show with Martin Lawrence, Def Comedy Jam? The DJ from there.
That was Kid Capri.
Yeah, he's not local, but he's also well respected in the game. And that's something, if he taught his son, like, yo, that's Kid Capri's son, and he spin too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm pretty sure his son is in the game, and I'm pretty sure his, like, I think so. I think I follow him.
We got to keep replicating.
As a matter of fact, DJs is people who more often than not get their kids into the family trade. You just look at a DJ and see what he's doing, and it's right there, and it's in front of you. You
seen that viral video of that girl and her father going back and forth, battling?
Beatboxing? Oh,
no, I seen one on. I seen the beatboxing go back and forth, but I think I seen a father-daughter combo go back and forth on the turntables. It was fire.
So, you saw that shit on Facebook?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. It was dope. They was going back and forth for like 20 minutes, and I found out my sister said she wanted to DJ too, which was dope. But any kind of trade or skill you're in is teachable. You know, anything that you have of talent, 9 times out of 10, your family will learn it better. You know, because they related to you. You know, it's probably in your genes or whatever you're good at.
You know, like talking about family, I think about all of the conversations that I have with my family, and I feel like I'm trying to tell them something, and because I'm younger than them, it's never well received. I got a real big problem with that in talking to my family. I'm past the part where me like getting passionate or raising my voice or anything like that is looked at as disrespect. We passed that. Most likely because I got a lot of uncles, and men is still a little bit more understanding even if they old and shit. But it's a lot of the things that I talk about, whether it's my peers or my homeboys or something like that, it's always like, you know what, damn, you might be onto something. And I know it makes sense. I make it make sense. You gotta make it make sense, especially when you rock in different crowds. But when I'm talking to these older dudes in my family, it's never met with the same type of just openness. It's never, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes me think like, am I trying to teach your old dog new trick, or am I just wasting my time here?
I mean, I would say you definitely, you know, because, bro, that's the tough one. That was basically how we started this podcast. Like, are you wasting your time trying to, you know, adjust your family's ways, or do you just go ahead and talk to the crowd that's already paying attention to you? You know, they say, cast not your pearls amongst swine, if that's how the verse goes. But yeah, your family might be part of that collective of people that's just wasting your breath, that you might as well be speaking Chinese to.
It's just, I feel like it's passed down to my family to have the different, like, the goals and priorities that it's not promoting longevity. That's the biggest thing that I take away from like going to my family functions. I love spending time with my people, you know, especially growing up in the military. You more of your life is not in your hands than you realize until you really start to maneuver in the military. So the time that I spend and I take time with the family, I try to always get some jewels. I try to always get that hit that's gonna make me want to keep coming back for more. And I'm always disappointed. There's always some reg.
Yeah, y'all conversations is booty.
It's dirt. It's this. You know what I'm saying?
So find your crowd, bro. Like,
it's family. It's family. You know what I'm saying? It's family. How you gonna? they not meant to. You gotta. You know what I mean? They're not meant to.
They're gonna be here when you get back.
Right.
You know?
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I was watching some story on Instagram, and the dude was saying like, I love my family, but I had to start moving differently, separately, because when you're trying to do something, it's always, oh, don't do that. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. You know, and you want to win. You shooting to win. So everybody got that advice for you. You know, when it's time to ask for opinions. You know, you everybody has this, and this, but when you take that L, it's only you. You know what I'm saying? When you win, it's like, oh, I told you to do that, man. I was the one telling you, man, that you was gonna be tough, but you got this. And you here because you know it's celebratory. I'm victorious, but every time
it grosses me out of people like, oh yeah, you know, I always knew you'd do it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, no.
You told me not to do this shit.
Yeah, no.
Like, bro, I don't think, and I'm not gonna fault all human beings because I'm sure, like, I don't even touch on people's, like, I think every idea is a great idea. I'm not gonna say like I'm, you know, all for everything, and maybe that is detrimental in my sense because I'm not gonna turn something down, bro. Like, you know, I might end up under an overpass from, you know, failed business plans, but I'd rather do that than to be cool in like a 1-bedroom. You know.
What do you think is people's biggest problem
Oh man, I don't want to sound like that corny motivational speaker guy, like fear or complacency, but it really is those two things. Like either you comfortable now, it's like, and I know, yeah, it look cool over there, but like I gotta hop, skip, and do all that, or it's like, oh, that looks scary, you know. So it's either comfortability of where you at now, like, I don't have to do all that to get there, which is cool, you know, because it's like, bro, if Bill Gates has a deal on the table for like 100 M's right now, you think he's concerned?
No.
Exactly. But he's in that position where he don't have to be concerned with it. A lot of people are in positions to where, bro, if you don't leave your circumstance, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, you know? So why not make those uncomfortable moves you have to now? Like, bro, I say this all the time. Do what you have to do today so that you don't have to worry about it tomorrow, you know? Get it out the way. Like, I'm just rip the Band-Aid off. Get that shit out there.
I think my family just dumb. I think they're just dumb. I'm thinking about it right now, so I'm really thinking about it, and I'm thinking about the last couple of conversations that we had, and all my uncles is asking me about what chick I'm hitting, and if it's the same one, why is it the same one, and if it's a new one, why is it like it's all the wrong. And you know, we on vacation, we chilling, we around family. I get that, but we got to be able to share and chop it up about something other than skins, man.
Bro.
Skins is, it's, you know what I noticed?
If you go back to the block, we always on vacation.
Yeah, that's
Think about it. Look at 2020 alone. Like, it took a miracle in order for you to still get paid and be at home and have all this free time in order to invest in yourself. And even now, you still, oh, well, we never know when this type of no going to work shit is going to happen, so we're going to party it up. But it's like, yo, if you took this time and money that you have and grind on whatever it is that you could have, you could live this Corona-like life forever instead of just until the government say you got to go back to work. You get what I'm saying?
And it don't look like it's letting up at all. I didn't think about that. That's pretty interesting. If you would have took all of the time, if you would have knew Corona was going to be a year long, right? And you would have had all this free time, you would have not had to work and still got paid, at least some type of percentage, but your bills would have been aight. What would you have started?
Me?
Yeah.
Specifically? I mean,
that's a general question for just everybody that I know that
everything,
Corona
bro.
stopped.
You know, I'd have been out here like MacGyver and just like, let's figure out which one's going to work. But that's the thing. Like, Corona was a bad breakup, bro. Corona was like, let's hit the reset button on everything. Everybody's at a level playing field.
Yeah, but I don't feel like nobody's applying themselves. Like, if you look at all social media, everybody's just thinking about what's the funniest way to say that we hungry. What's the funniest way to say that Corona's messed everything up? Or what's the funniest way to just do this and do that? Like, nobody was like, yo, you know what? I was an electrician for mad long, and now Corona happened. Now I'm a plumber, or now I do construction, or now I do security. Everybody's just been I don't want to say complacency, but everybody's just been chilling. They've been relaxing in all of this misery, all of this hunger, all of this famine. It's hard for me to believe that it's just so hard for you right now to feed or eat something because Corona's going on. It's still jobs that's open. This place is still hiring.
Sometimes I look at when people start complaining about their financial situations, they'll be like, it's stinking here, like about their situation. And I'm just like, you not gonna do nothing about it? You're not gonna leave the room,
right?
Get some air freshener,
right.
Like try to solve this problem. Like we're just basking in our own misery. Like, yo, this kind of sucks. I don't have enough money. I can't do what I want, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. You know?
Nah, I feel like it's been too like it's too cool. I think it's because everybody's doing it right now. I think it's because you're not the only one that's assed out because of Corona. So like you don't feel that bad because everybody else on your block is in the same predicament. So it's like it's one big pity party. Except we ain't pitying. We chilling. We all off. We all broke as hell. We all hungry as fuck. But what we gonna do? We gonna turn up. Let's live. Let's do this. Why are we doing this, bro?
Bro, all the you only live once people gonna live the longest. And that's gonna suck, you know? For you to have been like, you know what, I'm gonna black out tonight because you only live once. But you did that shit until you was like 60 and now your liver gave out.
I don't really think that Corona has been all of that bad. As far as like the social impact, it's outside of the murder or the death and everything related to that. That's terrible, and you know.
But social impact? No, I think it just we like flip the camera on ourselves.
Yeah,
and like we could
sure.
see like nobody really we say we do it if we had the opportunity, but we did, and we didn't. You know, so there's a lot of exposing going on this year.
But I mean, at the same time, you got to shout out to those who are making it happen. I've seen this last couple of months, especially more people. The entire time Corona's been affecting America, starting their own business. And I'm not even gonna sit here and be like, I'm so tired of seeing lash things. Do what you know. Do something else. Do this. Because people genuinely like lashes. There's too many women out there to be starting their own.
And everybody got
shit.
eyes, bro.
And everybody got eyes, exactly.
And them shits be falling out.
And if you can't tell somebody that if this has already been done, don't do it. Because look at Fenty. She, you know what I'm saying? Fenty
Rihanna
came out in a couple of
makeup,
years. And Revlon, MAC, you had the Victoria's Secret, you had the Love Pink, you had all of these other places that was holding down this lingerie and this the aesthetic vibe for mad long, and Riri came out and turned it up. You know what I'm saying? She came out here and turned it up. So it's like, bro. It's not. You can't. I ain't even gonna sit here and hate on everybody because it's like I'm not and be like, oh, I'm tired of y'all doing it. I'm tired of y'all rapping. I'm tired of. Nah, do what you gotta do. I'm just glad that y'all finally taking initiative.
Yeah, do something. I'm glad you're doing something.
You see what I'm saying?
You know?
So shout out to all of the homies that started cutting out their crib. You know what I'm saying? All of the cats we don't need no more rappers, but all of the cats that started rapping. All of the clothing apparel dudes, like everybody making their own shit.
SoundCloud link in the bio.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to y'all too. Y'all ain't out here robbing people, cool, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of growth has come from this shit too. It's not been all bad.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's been all bad. We just talking to, the people who haven't done it yet, because if you're already doing it, you're not even listening right now, you grinding. So we trying to get to the people who aren't necessarily where they need to be, but they need this message,
I mean, we were talking about this shit for mad long. We've been talking about doing this podcast shit for like at least a year now. Maybe even longer.
So we have to sit down first and get our shit together.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we got to turn that camera back on yourself. Well, what are you doing right now? Oh, you stressed out because you do nothing? All right, let's make some shit happen.
Facts. Like you always said, when I'll hit you and be like, yo, I'm worried about this, and that, but we got something going on, and it's like, yo, you'll be like, yo, we have this to do though, and I'm like, but I got this and this and that, and you like, and that's exactly why we must address this issue right here, So like, don't use your circumstance as an excuse. Use it as a reason.
Right. I'm glad you listened.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. So I've really been into. How much time we got left? Because I want to touch on my guy West Side Gun, bro.
West Side Gun?
Yeah.
You got to give us the sign. Hey, we need a 10-minute wrap up, man. Shout out to Abe, man.
West Side Gun. I'm not sure when this album dropped, but Conway dropped the album. West Side Gun dropped the album. Fire.
Davey shot the album, and Sean dropped, and
we talked about Sean already last week.
Shout out to Dave. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, bro, Griselda's doing a damn thing right now.
Yo, I know. We gonna spend this whole 10-minute rap talking about Griselda right now because Griselda's holding it down.
Yo, and they from Buffalo. That's the thing.
I thought it was from Albany.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. I went to Albany before. Albany is like, it's bad out there. So.
I heard it goes down.
Yo, Albany is. I think they still sell crack. I think.
And wear tall tees.
Yo, I just omitted all of that just now. But Albany, you get a little rowdy out there. You probably won't want to have a little bit too much eye contact. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro. I'm gonna stay in my hood, where it's safe at.
Nah, for sure. So what's West Side Gun talking about? What's the skinny?
Bro, same shit, washing the dishes in the kitchen sink, all those euphemisms, all those baking soda euphemisms. But, I'm relating it to, I'm taking what I need from it, and it's speaking to me right now.
You cooking metaphorical
crack? Shout out to
crack?
the album, bro. I'm in the kitchen right now. I'm in the kitchen still, no matter.
Who produced it? The Alchemist, right?
Yeah, probably.
Most likely. He went hard. Probably. I just played some track before we started the Davies joint with him and Benny. That
was Alchemist?
No, that was got Alchemist here on the beat. The boy is different. Mm-hmm. That boy is different. I heard
he be making spaghetti, bro.
Yeah, I hope you mean on the beat, son. Alchemist make some fire spaghetti in real life, bro?
He probably do. Like, I mean, bro, if your music making is this impeccable, bro.
Your cooking gotta be fire, right?
Bro, that's why I think, like, Action Bronson has been the guy for, like, to do Fuck That's Delicious and have bars, bro. You know, like.
Honestly, I think you might have been the first cat to put me on to action in my circles.
Who put me on? My little brother. My little brother put me on to what's that last track we really fuck with? Rider?
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider, yeah.
Shout out to Easy Rider.
Yeah, we gonna play that. That's like my Harley Davidson going down. What's that?
Route 66, baby.
Yeah.
I feel you. I've been listening to Wayne, man. I've been on a Wayne too. I think one of his
Old
droughts.
Wayne?
Yeah, one of his droughts just dropped.
I heard
on
Kush
iTunes.
recently.
Kush?
Yeah.
Which one is Kush? Oh, I smoked that
Kush.
Kush. What? All right, so what happened?
That Kush. Nah, it was a throwback. It took me back to like 04 somewhere or something.
Nah, that's Air Max 95s and free lunch and shit. Like,
You remember them little ICs that you had to rip? It came in the
hell
paper.
yeah, that's what's the shit? Let that beat build. Like, yo, I feel like when the Carter 3 came out, I feel like
2008.
I feel like when that
Obama,
album,
you know.
I feel like that, like
My president
that
is
album,
black, my Maybach is
but
blue.
it wrapped up everything. Like it put the punctuation on just that year, son. Like that was the last album that really swept everything. Think about that. Every 12, all 12 of them tracks, somebody was singing. That was somebody's ringtone. That was somebody's away message.
Did I tell you that in the 7th grade I did the whole Lil Wayne lollipop video thing, like the Air Force Ones with the suit and no tie, like bro. And it wasn't even Halloween. It was just like a Thursday. I was like, you know what? I was watching the video that morning, getting ready for school. You know what? I'm going to school like Wayne today. Bro, I put this mismatched suit on and some dirty Air Force Ones, and I was in there. I didn't even have no hair or nothing.
You know, we got to put that in the next video, right? Like
I'm glad no one took a picture of me that day. Like I went to school, came home with no cell phones. Like that'd have been embarrassing.
My mom and them is in town right now, and
How's that going?
I don't think I want kids, son. Yo, and he's not even bad. My little brother's 5. My little brother's 5 years old. Right? We got the same birthday. Shout out to Hunt. Shout out to my other brother Dante. But like, it's just the fact that they require so much attention. It just makes me like, yo, now is not the time. Not even like personally or like just Corona-ally. Right?
Yeah, like you can't go.
Like just pandemically.
Put this kid in that box you call school,
son.
For a couple
and I'm looking
hours.
like I don't like. Then it's like, what if your son is mad annoying or your daughter's just.
Yeah, like what if you don't like your kid, bro?
Like,
It's like,
I don't think you could not like your kid, bro.
I don't like a lot of other people's kids. My kid is barely cutting it, you know, like he, you know, right there with it. So I can see it happening.
I can't, son. I'm just looking at them and listening to them, and they come down the stairs and they be sweating and they just be mad tired. I'm just like, yo, y'all
4.
y'all signed up for this, man. Like, Mom Deuce asked me the other day. She was like, I need you to start helping out with the homework. Like, look,
I don't do my homework.
I want to say the same thing. I don't do my shit.
That's crazy.
Nah, I got it. I'm gonna help.
Circle
I'm gonna figure
of life,
something.
bro. You gotta,
It's family.
bro. If Johnny had 3 apples, you gotta, you know, it's your turn, bro. It's your turn. Get that shit out the way, because I know you was fucking up them apple counts back in the day.
Bro, I think I had a dyslexia on top of ADHD.
Answer was still 3,
It was always
even
it
though
was
he
green.
gave some away.
Word, son. I don't know. Man. So what you got coming up?
Work, man. I'm taking a sabbatical to finish my book, so that's gonna be coming up soon. God Won't Let Me Fail. That's the name of the book. It literally came to me while I was driving up and down the east coast of the U.S., and I'm just like, yo, it gotta be true, you know? So that's the title of my book. It's coming out soon. Y'all look out for that. Let me know, you know, what y'all think. There's gonna be some gems in there.
For sure, look out for that. And my last thing I'm gonna ask you is, what you think your next meeting, when you meet up with your mentor, is gonna be like?
More execution. He asked me, what did you learn this entire trip while you were here?
It's good that he
All I
asked you
said
that.
was execution. We don't gotta talk, we don't gotta explain, we don't gotta do none of that. Let's get this shit done, you know?
That's the name of this episode. Execution.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
All right. It's been real, man. It's been dope. It's
appreciate
been
you,
fly.
King.
Of course, man. And it's been Chess Moves. I'm your boy.
peace.
All right.
Detroit Police Chief James Craig says the death of George Floyd was murder.
At a press conference this afternoon, the chief shared what he feels needs to be done with the Minneapolis officer who put his knee